Wow, we got to episode 3 before Valve did. Anyway, let's do this. This is Ken, Cinema of Shenanigans, show 103, Reel 1.
In the not too distant future, way up on cloud 19, there was a guy named Ken, not too different from you or me. He worked at Cloudtronic Institute, just another face in a red jumpsuit. He did his job well with a cheerful face, but his twin was super evil and he shot him into space.
Get me down!
I'll send him corny movies, the worst that I can find. La la la, he'll have to sit and watch them all, and I'll analyze his mind. La la la. Now keep in mind, Ken can't control when the movies begin or end. La la la. He'll try to keep his sanity with the help of his robot friends. It's Ken's Cinema of Shenanigans.
Good evening, class. Today we will be learning how to riff movies. Oh, for the love of... Guys!
Yo, what's up?
I thought I told you to get the sign for me.
Yeah, we did. It's right there. You just looked at it.
Yeah, but you spelt it wrong.
No, we swear we said riff when we were on the phone.
Yeah, the guy on the phone must have misheard us. I guess it was just a typo or something.
It's not that bad, is it?
Well, first of all, I don't really understand what you guys put here. How can I teach if I don't understand my own sign?
Ah, come on, Ken. A few seconds on Google will teach you exactly what that means.
This is so stupid. Alright, well, if you insist. It's a biological onomatopoeia. So what?
Huh, keep reading.
Okay. It's an acronym for the Eurovision International Film Festival.
Huh, well, now you know.
Well, thanks, guys. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, I guess it's movie-related, so I guess I could work it into my class somehow. Oh, wait, hang on. I found some other things here.
What is it?
It's, huh.
Hello? Ken? Hello?
You broke Ken!
Hey, you're in this as deep as me! Oh, saved by the ad sign. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of these same old boring bedtime stories?
I'm tired of these same old boring bedtime stories.
That's what I thought. Why not try this out? It's the Mystery Science Storybook, written and illustrated by Sugar Ray Dodge. It's a bunch of bedtime stories based off of the worst movies ever made, and it's perfect for any fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000 or anyone that just needs a good laugh. Pick yours up today from Amazon. It'll work on the Kindle app on many different devices. It's only $3.99. Come on, that's less than any amount of money you'll ever spend at Starbucks. Better?
Better!
Well, he's stuck like this, which can only mean one thing. I get his bed.
What? Why do you get his bed?
Because physics! Oh, who could that be?
Hello! Hi! I'm looking for a, Ken Wilson, Boomer, and I. Am I speaking with any of you?
Yes, that's us. Are you the agent that Gypsy has sent to rescue us?
Oh, it's about time! We're so grateful to be working with you, Mr.
Banks. Robert Banks.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Banks. It's kind of ironic that you're saving us.
Yeah, shouldn't we be saving you, Mr. Banks? Get it?
Yeah, I think he gets it.
Haha, no, I got it. It was stupid. Anyway, I'm just here selling cookies. Any of you interested?
Why, you little...
Put me down for 20 boxes of tag-alongs.
Shut it! Banks, are you able to help us get down?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm just playing. Anyway, what I'm trying to do is get as much intel as I can on Dr. C. I mean, I know what he's doing is basically illegal, but without any evidence, there's no way I can get a warrant on him. What is Ken doing?
Oh, him? Yeah, he's broken.
Beyond repair.
Well, not a huge
Hey,
loss.
Banks, stop talking to the experiment. You're going to skew the data.
Listen, I gotta go. Talk to you guys soon, alright? I'm not doing anything, Dr. C. Just working, see? Look at all this work I got in this folder here. It's full of work. Look, it's got tons of work all up inside of it. Yeah.
Anyway, Scuzzballs, your movie today is a real piece of work from Canada. It's called Bits and Bytes, and this is just the first in a 12-part series. And it features a teacher teaching a student. You know, kind of like what you wanted to do, Ken, before they destroyed your hopes and dreams with that sign.
Stop trying to guilt trip us.
Wouldn't dream of it. Anyway, I also noticed that you guys snuck 4 people into the theater last time. You're going to skew the data. Don't do that again, or I'll force you to watch Master of Disguise 5 times in a row with your eyes pried open.
Alright then, let's move, movie sign!
You take the theater. I'll stand by and watch.
Oh, that's fair. Hey!
When Servo gets here, you'll have 3 subjects.
Where's Crow?
How the hell should I know? Bye.
But Ken is still frozen!
Wait, what did I miss?
It's movie sign!
Oh, great.
Hey, Ken, I'm here.
Get your hover skirt into the theater!
Music by Pete Townsend and Yanni.
Whoa, this movie's gone supernova!
I am your god.
Hello. Welcome to Bits and Bytes, a television series about computers.
Yep,
or rather
this is Canada.
About microcomputers.
The ones you need a
small
microscope to
personal ones
see.
that are selling like hotcakes nowadays. I'm Luba Goy.
Luba
and I'm
Goy?
going to be the
Is this a
presenter
Star
of
Wars
the
episode?
information about computers that's been prepared for us by the experts. And this is Billy Van, who's going to be himself.
He's my
The
imprisoned
average
test
person
subject.
who knows nothing about computers but wants to learn.
So, Steve Jobs?
Computers seem to have crept in everywhere, haven't they?
Well, not my bed, toilet, or toothbrush
Here are
yet.
some familiar scenes.
Oh yeah, I see cartoon computers running into extremely small buildings all the time. Who do you think I am, Lady Ken Kesey?
You can't get away from them.
And they know that.
And how many of us really know how they work? Well, the best way to find out is
Ask the
just
Geek
go up to
Squad.
the first little computer you see and switch it on.
Larry King helps out.
I'll warn you now, I'm not very good at math.
Well, who says computers have anything to do with math?
Engineers,
Yeah,
programmers,
computers
architects.
do math, doesn't it?
Should I go on?
If it has nothing to do with math, why do we call them computers?
And why do we call it
First things to
Greenland?
use them happen to be mathematicians, but you can use them for anything you like. It's just that we're stuck with the name computer.
Okay, we'll put in a requisition for a new name. We'll call it the Idiot Box.
I guess I better turn it on.
Ahem. Hello, computer. Hello, computer.
The switch is at the back.
How quaint.
Hey, don't touch me back there.
Hey, you're right. But why is it hidden?
For the
So
lulz.
that you don't switch the computer off by mistake.
Now that's very smart.
Not really.
What's this? 31,743 bytes free. What on earth is that?
We'll come back to that in a minute. What matters now is that the computer is ready.
Okay.
Are you ready for a nice, long, firm...
Hey, we'll have none
When
of
is this
that.
Well, I was going to say floppy disk.
Hey, do something.
Hello, McFly. Anybody home?
I'm afraid computers don't do anything on their own.
Yeah, tell that to the
You have
Whopper
to tell them
or
precisely
Skynet.
what to do step by step. You have to program them.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know how to program.
You don't have to do the programming yourself.
Have Bill Gates
Inside
do
you
it.
is a ready-made program you can feed into the computer.
Oh, but this is just an ordinary audio cassette.
Yes, it is.
You get a
and
button.
you can play it on that ordinary-looking audio cassette recorder.
Everything's so
that's
ordinary
already
with these
plugged into the
guys.
computer.
Okay. So, do I press play?
Not yet. First, you have to tell the computer to copy the program that's on the cassette into its own storage area or memory.
How do I do that?
Just type load, L-O-A-D.
I'm perfectly capable of spelling load. Thank you.
You've now finished your message, so you need to say over to you to the computer by pressing the return key. On other computers, you'll see a key marked enter, and that also means over to you.
Oh, here it is. Return means over to you. Oh, and it says press play on tape 1.
Wow, he can read.
May I?
Go ahead.
No, don't do that!
You'll have to wait now while the computer searches through the cassette for the first program.
Thrill as text displays on a screen.
3 hours later. Ugh, I hate this job.
I thought these things were supposed to be fast.
They are fast. It's the cassette that's slow.
Blame
The
everything on the
computer can
cassette,
only go through a
lady.
cassette at normal playing speed.
Finally.
What it's doing now is loading or copying the word game program into its memory.
Completed. You now have 3
Now
bytes
the
of
program
memory
is running, but
remaining.
nothing's going to happen until you tell the computer to start obeying the instructions in that program.
Start
To do
listening
that,
to your
you tell the
mother.
computer to run the program. Type run and then press return.
Okay. R-U-N.
No, I'm M.
Turn. Scramble letters.
Oh, I like
it's
mine
right.
sunny side up,
Okay.
actually.
Press space bar. What is your name? Okay. My name is B.
Ah, not the bees! Ah!
Billy. Good luck, Billy. They're really friendly, aren't they?
That's what they want you to
Okay.
think.
What's my first word? It is C-O-L-H-O-S.
Mrixel!
School. School.
You know what else computers are good for? Editing video.
Hey, I'm right. Okay. Second word is Gilco.
Gilco. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car
Logic.
insurance.
It's logic. L-O-G-I... Wait a minute. I'm going to spell this wrong. I want to see what the computer does. No, Billy, I'm afraid that's not it. Well, I quite agree with you. It should be L-O-G-I... Where's the C?
It's that
I gotta
stuff
take a
between the
picture.
continents.
There.
I guess typewriters didn't exist when he
Right.
was in school, you know, back in the 1850s.
Third word.
Nanu,
Oh, this
nanu.
is something.
Oh, that was too easy, Ken.
I can't believe that all this information, words and letters, can be contained in an ordinary audio cassette.
Let me show you something. Take the cassette out of the recorder and listen to it on the regular cassette machine that's beside it.
So one's regular and one's ordinary. Nothing is special to these humans.
Good luck.
Ooh, wait a minute. That doesn't sound like what's on the screen here.
It sounds like
No,
any
it doesn't,
pop artist
because
before
that's the sound
auto-tune.
of the binary code. And what's the binary code? Let's have a look.
If you lift the lid of a computer, you will see a circuit board into which a number of little boxes have been plugged.
Color coding not included.
Each box contains a chip.
Ooh, Rancher
which
Barbecue.
consists of thousands of microscopic electric circuits, each of which can be either on or off. This is the only language that the computer understands. Is one of my circuits on or off?
You know, computers have a
A
really
sequence of
narrow-minded
several ons and
lifestyle.
offs in various combinations can represent any number or letter or graphic symbol, and we can symbolize these ons and offs by using a 1 to stand for on and a 0 to stand for off.
You've lost me.
Most computers can represent any of the symbols on their keyboards by various combinations for a total of exactly 8 ones and zeros.
Oh, what'd I
Since
miss?
language or
Nothing.
code
How
is
long was
based
I
on
out?
two
An
digits,
hour or so.
1 or 0.
At least that's what it
Just
felt
as a
like.
bicycle is based on 2 wheels.
And a frame,
or
and
biplane
handlebars,
is
pedals,
based
a
on
chain.
2 pairs of wings. It is called the binary code, from the Latin word binarius.
It sounds like a kind of dinosaur.
And each of the 1s and 0s is called a binary digit, or bit for short.
So why don't they call a computer
So
a
it takes
cuter
8
for short?
bits to represent any keyboard character. Such a group of 8 bits is called a byte.
You're making me hungry.
1 byte is the equivalent of 1 character.
Or 87
This
calories.
computer can store or remember roughly 32,000 bytes.
Oh, he's a thorough
That
chewer.
means you can feed a program into it that uses up to 32,000 characters, letters, numbers, or graphic symbols. Just as a kilometer is 1,000 meters and a kilogram is 1,000 grams,
Yep, this is definitely
so is a
Canada.
kilobyte roughly 1,000 bytes. This computer, therefore, has a 32 kilobyte memory.
Just like Tom's
or
brain.
A 32K memory for short. But the memory of most small personal computers can be extended to at least double that, 64K.
Okay, look, my laptop has
This
over
may
a
sound a
terabyte.
lot,
You're not
but it
impressing us here.
The average page of a book contains about 2,000 characters. It's a 2K page. So even a 64K computer can only store as many characters as a 32-page book.
You know,
And
you're
a
not really
32K
selling the
computer only as
microcomputer right
many
now.
as a
Yeah, why
16K
bother with a
book.
30-pound computer when you can
Although,
just
of
buy a
course,
book?
A computer can do a lot more with its characters than a book can. But that's another story.
Because it's a book and he said story.
We get it, Ken.
So this is a 32K computer.
Whoa, that's expensive.
32,000
Holy
bytes. But didn't it say something about 31,000 bytes when I first turned it on?
They gypped me.
How do I get back to the beginning?
The easiest way is to just switch the computer off, then on, but
Oh, wait, you didn't save it! Oh, no.
There. You see? 31,743 bytes free. But why doesn't it say 32,000 bytes free?
because the computer has to keep some in reserve for various operating functions.
Derpy Durhay.
No, it doesn't matter. I've lost my place in the word game program now.
I'm sorry, but you've done more than lose your place.
You've
When you turn
disappointed the
computer
human
off,
race.
You make the entire program disappear from its memory. Now you know why the on-off switch is hidden out of the way.
And I know why my marriage failed.
Okay, well, how do I get back to where I was?
You have to go through the whole loading process all over again. Rewind the cassette, type load, then hit return. Then press play on the cassette recorder, then you type run and hit return.
Slow down, Professor!
Quicker way?
Yes, there is. There's an Apple computer right beside you.
Those will never catch on.
That's already hooked up to a device for getting at ready-made programs very quickly. It's called a disk drive.
Hey, that's the street I live on.
All right. Switches in the back, I suppose?
That's where it is.
I didn't mean to turn you
There's nothing on
on.
the screen.
No, it's more like,
No,
I
the
didn't
Apple
mean
uses
to
an ordinary
turn
TV
you
set, and you
on.
have to turn the screen on separately.
Oh, okay. Oh, here it is.
Greetings, Professor
Now, do you see that
Falcon.
envelope beside the computer?
Uh-huh.
It contains something called a floppy disk.
Whoa, I
Take
hope
the
she
disk
said
out
disc.
And turn it so the label is up. Make sure the slot is facing away from you.
Slut? Where?
Okay.
Now lift the flap on the disk drive,
That's this here.
slide the disk in, and close the flap.
Get in my belly! Oh, I'm dead sexy.
Hey, where's
here's a
theater-wide
game.
biotoxic and chemical warfare?
Instant Zoo. I think I'll play that.
Also known as
Now just follow the
Jumanji.
instructions on the
Bits
screen.
and bytes and bits and bytes and bits and bytes and bits and bytes and bits, bytes, bits, bits, bytes, bits, bytes, bits, leather bit, byte, bits, bytes, bits, bits, bytes,
This is a
bits,
pattern
bytes,
recognition
bits,
game
leather
prepared by
bit,
the Sesame
bytes.
Street people.
Oh, it sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, all middle-aged men just
Instant
love
Zoo
playing
animal
Sesame
guessing
Street
game.
games.
Okay. Here comes an animal tried to guess what it is.
Oh, it's
Okay,
Centipede.
Let me see. To see more, press return. Okay, there we go. When you want to guess the animal, press the ESC key, and there it is. Oh, I know what that is, I think.
It's any pet that fell in my garbage
It's a
disposal.
fish. Let me see now.
Hey, he reminds me of Peter, you know, from the last movie we saw.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Hey, I'm right. It's a fish. And a musical one, too.
You found Nemo.
Yep, it's a fish. You're really in the swim of this game.
Minus 10 points for
Okay,
that pun.
press return.
Oh, come on. Professional
And
Olympic
what's this
curling
animal?
is more
One of us
exciting than
animal,
this.
Press the ESC key. Okay, that looks like, those look like ears to me. Wait a minute. ESC, the animal is a rabbit.
I'm hunting wabbits.
Okay,
I knew I should have taken that left point at Albuquerque.
B-I-T.
C-H.
Hey, I'm right. It is a rabbit.
It's a giraffe.
Ah, well, what else is there to see? How can I choose another program?
Well, that's actually about it, I'm
the
afraid.
control key
We haven't really gotten very
and
far
press
with
the
this stuff yet.
reset
Come back in the 90s. Things will be much better.
Reset. Boy, oh boy.
I'm so
This floppy
bored.
disk really is fast. Can I have a look at it?
I beg your pardon?
Pull the disk out.
Okay.
Good pullout game.
That's something
Like a disk
Boomer
that's
would
not
say.
round and it's not all that floppy.
People are often confused when they first see a floppy disk because it doesn't even look like a disk. For one thing, it's square, not round. They're also confused by how disk drives work.
And by how light bulbs work.
So we went to Hewlett-Packard and asked them to explain.
A floppy disk uses a much faster method of retrieving and storing programs than a cassette.
I didn't know Bob Ross worked at
The
HP.
cassette is in a much more durable package, but you have to allow for rewinding and fast forwarding to build up from one spool to the other.
Ain't nobody got time for
The
that.
floppy disk is more fragile than a cassette, since the actual media is more readily exposed to the user and can come in contact with the hands. And
Should we be watching this?
Problems.
I heard you on the wireless back in 52.
It's a much faster and more reliable method. Inside the jacket, you'll find that there is actually a round floppy disk.
The donut of the
Very
future!
much like a flat circular audio tape. The material is very similar to that in a cassette tape. Iron oxide, metallic particles. However, the plastic is much thicker in this case. And there is a lubrication film.
Hey, you can't say lubrication.
There is a small felt-like surface built into the envelope. That allows the disc to slip evenly and smoothly inside the jacket. There's also a slight airflow built up by the disc turning inside the jacket.
And that damaged floppy disk is coming out of your pay, Brian.
The disc itself has no physical grooves or lines on the surface.
You know, back then the solar system didn't have many planets.
It's actually broken up into tracks, round tracks.
For ant races.
The head steps in.
Honey, I burnt the
to each of
pizza
those
again.
tracks and reads the information on them. The computer sets up a directory on the outermost track of the disk.
Huh, it looks like a sewage tunnel.
The directory tells the computer exactly where on the disk a program would lie.
Huh, so programs lie too. No one has any morals these days.
This is the actual read-write head. There is the electromagnet that does the reading and the writing on the surface.
Psst, and there goes all the data. Good job.
As we load the disk into the drive, close the door.
They now have their
the head
privacy.
comes in contact with the disk. Now, as the disk spins, the head will move across the surface of the disk.
This is how computer babies are made.
The magnetic head itself changes the polarity of the magnetic particles on the surface of the disk, the iron oxide particles. This south-north change.
This compass is
in
too
magnetic
freaking
polarity
complicated, dude.
Allows the disk drive.
Okay, could somebody
to
just
store
please kill me?
the information
Well, I'm gonna
in
need a
form
kind
of
of
1
weapon or
and 0.
something. Let's see if there's anything under the seat I can use. I see a
reason that
wrench,
floppy disk is
like a
faster than
club,
cassette
an ammo clip. That's not gonna do anything. A used syringe. Ugh. A Furby doll. Nope, I got nothing right now. We'll have to try something later.
We can start at the beginning, and we can go directly to the end if we like.
I wish we could do that for this
The floppy
movie.
disk is just the smallest in a whole family of disks.
And all of the other discs laugh at
This
him.
floppy disk is a 5 1/4 inch floppy. We also have the 8-inch floppy.
Preemptive
The 5
strike
1/4
on
inch
all
floppy
dick
we'll see
jokes.
mostly in home computers and very, very small business computers. The 8-inch floppy disk is much faster and holds many times more data than the 5 1/4 inch floppy.
Ken, what did I just
The
say?
8-inch floppy
I'm sorry.
still is restricted
didn't say
to
anything.
business computer applications. As far as hard disks go,
What is your problem?
this is a single platter, removable cartridge for a hard disk.
Okay, I'm good.
The head
You're a
never
sick
physically
man.
touches the surface of the disk. It's suspended by a very, very thin film of air.
A thin film
This
of
disc
air,
can
so like a
read
Shyamalan movie.
And access information.
Why are they showing
at
us
an
things
incredible
we'll
rate.
never see, let alone
A more
use?
advanced
It's like
form
algebra.
of a
Yeah.
hard disk is a multi-layer disk.
This is the prototype
In this
Walkman.
particular disk pack, we have 5 platters that can be recorded and played back
Cheese
on
platters.
each side of the disk, giving us 10 total surfaces to read and write on. This large 5-layer disk pack has the capacity to hold as much information has almost 500 of these floppy disks.
I'm sorry, but he didn't sound like he was having a good
So
day.
now I know how to load a ready-made program into a computer by means of disk or a cassette. Is it the same for all these computers?
Yes, it is, with a few very minor variations. These are some of the most popular personal computers. You started off with a PET.
Come here, boy.
Then you tried an Apple.
But the PET tasted
This
better.
one is the Radio Shack.
Ew.
This the Atari. Behind you is the IBM personal computer.
Don't talk to me about your BMs.
And over there is the Texas Instruments computer. And the Xerox computer.
Hey, we need to get the product placement in somehow,
programs
so give us a
on either
break.
cassette or disc.
And they all look like typewriters plugged into a TV set.
Yes, they all have a keyboard and a screen. Sometimes the keyboard has a built-in TV set, but usually you plug it into a separate TV. And computers are getting smaller all the time.
Is that a calculator on your desk?
This isn't a calculator, it's a computer.
Oh, thanks.
The Radio Shack pocket computer with a tiny built-in screen.
Nope, that's a calculator.
And this one here is the Sinclair. It's the smallest and cheapest computer so far that can be plugged into a full-size TV screen. It comes with a 1K of memory, but can be expanded to 16K.
Now we're talking.
These are real computers, and just like the bigger ones, they're all based on the binary code.
You know, when I think about it, bits and bytes and the binary code and K and all of that stuff, it really wasn't all that hard.
We should buy some Viagra.
But come on.
Ooh, you gotta stop hanging around
When
Boomer.
does the heavy math start?
If you want math, you can get math.
You can't handle the
You don't necessarily
math.
have to be involved with mathematics. You can use them for anything you like.
Anything?
I don't know. There's something pretty involved going on in there. It's almost as if it had a mind of its own, you know? What's really going on?
This is where we come down to the essence of the computer.
If we could distill this mysterious substance,
we'd learn
what would
nothing.
we see? We'd probably see ancient Greece and Aristotle.
Whoa, Aristotle
who was
has
the
let
first
himself
person
go.
to write down what he called the laws of thought, or what we call logic.
I'm still waiting to see Socrates.
Now, the essence of logic is that it divides everything in life into two categories.
Steak or fish.
Is it this or that?
Oh.
Heads or tails?
Or knuckles.
Good or bad? Black or white?
Hot or cold?
It
Yes
must be
or
one
no.
or the other.
In or out.
There are no shades of gray in logic. True or false? Yes or no? On or off? Which is where the computer comes in.
Though we didn't
because
ask it
its
to.
circuits must also be either on or off. The other important thing about logic is the logical argument itself, which goes something like this.
And now for something completely
All tall
different.
men are thin. Jim is a tall man, therefore Jim is thin.
Did you tear your ALS while jumping to that conclusion?
True, we can be absolutely certain that the third statement is true. On the other hand, if there are some tall men who are not thin, then we can't be sure that the third statement is true.
This
And
sentence
in black and white
is
logic,
false.
If we can't be sure that it's true, then it must be false. Which is where the computer comes in again, because this is precisely the sort of argument that an electrical circuit likes to deal with.
So hold the presidential
If we
debates in there.
imagine one of these circuits as being like this, with a power source, a battery, two switches, and a light bulb.
Whoa, this is way
then we
too
can see
technical.
that the electric current from the battery can only reach the light bulb and make it light up when both switches are on. If either switch goes off, the light goes out.
And the gargoyles come to
Now,
life.
as far as the circuit is concerned, on or off can just as easily stand for true or false. So if the first switch is statement 1 in our logical argument, and the second switch is statement 2, and the light bulb is statement 3, then only when both of the first two statements are true can the third statement also be true. But if either of the first two statements is false, then the third statement must also be false. What all this boils down to,
Boredom.
a computer is not a calculating machine. It's a logic machine. It doesn't so much compute things as argue about things.
Just like YouTube
in
commenters.
strictly logical black and white fashion.
Well, we have colored screens now.
So what you're saying is that these computers are nothing but a bunch of little electric Aristotles turning each other on and off?
That's a good way of putting it.
A very sexual way of putting it.
I'm not doing Robert Palmer again, by the way. Well, then why don't we do that bit from Leaving Las Vegas? All right, that sounds cool. Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3.
You turn me on, bar-um. You turn me on, bar-um. You're not too tall, you're not too short, you're not too round, bar-um.
That was fun.
Yeah.
This was fun. This was a fun
What's
moment.
coming up? We'll be looking at how to write simple programs.
It was then Billy realized why his application to be a court reporter was kindly rejected from the court.
Late. Exclamation point. Quotation.
Don't forget the colon.
Don't forget the colon.
He's reminding the
There we
surgeon.
are. And go to
Hell.
20.
That is terrific.
Oh.
Writing scripts.
Yeah, but
This
my
was the
program
joy
is
of
finished
millions of teenagers
Not quite.
back in the 90s. Ah.
How to file information on the computer.
So this program is now permanently on the disk.
Type catalog and you'll see.
Okay.
Huh, my Victoria's
that's
Secret issue
terrific.
didn't show up.
You know, I could save all sorts of things on a disk.
How to get computers to communicate with each other.
Teach them social skills.
Now your computer will be able to hear messages and speak into the telephone itself.
Matthew Broderick hacks into Protovision once more.
How computer languages work.
Wow, even in the 80s we were already enslaved by computers.
Barrier between computers and humans.
Animation by
because you had
Don
to use
Martin.
Machine language if you wanted to talk to the computer, either in binary code or its exact English equivalent. This was very slow and laborious.
He's talking about the movie.
We'll also investigate computer graphics.
Not pictured.
Wow, Ubisoft is hard at work on a new game engine.
Hey, this reminds me of that Windows screensaver.
Huh, How to Train Your Dragon 3 is looking pretty good.
Whoa, this is a really hard Tetris
Computer
level.
music.
Yeah, eat your heart out, FL Studio. Hey, Ken, take it from here, all right? Yeah. Oh man, suck it, Fruity Loops. Eat your heart out, Logic. Goodbye, Reason. Oh wait, I thought I recognized this song. My mama put me to sleep with this. It's a nice lullaby.
Word processing.
If I'm doing one thing such as text editing,
Wire
and I
Wilf.
realize, oh, I really can't finish this.
This is a
document
sneak
because I
peek of the
forgot
next
some
version of
information.
Office for the
I simply
Macintosh.
want to move to a different window on the screen, search for what I want, copy it, and paste it into the original document.
Wait,
that I was
this
working
old computer had cut and paste, but the first iPhone OS didn't.
And video discs.
Popular for 2 months. Whoa, whoa,
Video
whoa!
text systems.
Oh, don't do that movie. Whoa, whoa.
Oh.
In the program that comes immediately after this one, we'll look at some everyday applications of the computer. How it can help you work out your finances.
Why?
MCA.
Oh.
Man, I gotta stop buying all of those amiibos.
Succeeding you.
Yeesh.
I definitely have to ask for that raise.
And even help you learn French.
Uyan?
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
This is fun.
That's not what the audience said.
Où est Louis? Où est Louis?
Rosetta Stone, the early
Can the
years.
computer understand me?
We'll also have segments on the speed of the computer.
If the computer could see us,
We'd have a lot of
to its
explaining to do.
eyes, we would appear to be moving about as fast as a lump of rock.
Like me on a
And
Monday.
2 different types of memory, ROM and RAM.
Dodge
The
Ram.
computer can read this left half of its memory, but it can't write on it. It can't change it. It is therefore called read-only memory, or ROM.
Yeah, I could go for some
But
rum
the computer
too.
can,
Anybody
in a
else up
sense,
for some
write
rum?
on the other half of its memory. This half is called random access memory, or RAM.
Until then, I'm Luba Goy for Bits and Bytes.
And I'm Billy Van.
And he lives in a van down by the river. Uh-oh, somebody left their Casio on demo mode. How many times has this happened?
Huh, that must be an 80s slang for genitals.
Come on, let's get out of here. Whew, that was a rough one. Oh, hey, it's one of those old computers, just like in the movie. Sweet. And there's a note. To Ken. Enjoy the new computer. Love, Dr. C. Well, that was very nice of him.
Hey, try running Fallout 3 on there.
You know what? That's a good idea. Go get my old copy.
On it.
That got rid of him.
So what can you do on this thing anyway?
You know, I'm actually trying to figure that out right now. Let's see if we can load up a program or something. Oh, hey, it's that scrambled letters game, you know, from the movie.
Cool, let's try it.
All right, let's see here. All right, the first word is D-Y-E-B-A-R. Okay.
Keyboard.
Ah, that's it. Good job. Let's see. Awesome. All right. Next word is N-A-B-N-A-A. Let's see. I think it's a banana.
Yeah.
Banana. Yes. All right. B-A-N-A. Okay.
Hey, good job, Ken.
Hey, thanks. All right. Wow, we're on fire. Next word. F-U-C-K-Y-O-U.
Huh.
Whoa, wait a second!
They're really friendly, aren't they?